How's everybody? All right. Good, good. Thank you. Technically, yes. Never thought about that.
You touch on kind of like Tosh said, just life after football and how you can kind of pass that on to the players and the whole organization. Is not just talking football, but talking life.
Yeah, I think me playing 12 years in the NFL, not just with the Saints, but 12 years. I do have a lot of experience, obviously, in the O-line. Me being out of the game for 5 years showed me how much I missed the game and loved the game. Obviously, that's why I'm here. But yeah, I do have a lot of information that I can share with these guys, especially with the system that I played so long in. When I heard that Coach Marone was coming back to coach O-line, I thought it was a great opportunity for me to kind of get my coaching feet wet. So that's why I'm here. So to help these guys be better players, help share some of the information I've learned. And Doug Marone, he has 30-plus years of coaching experience. I think he's one of the best O-line coaches in the game.
Jahri, was coaching something you've always thought about, or was it that time away that kind of brought you back?
I think during my playing career, I've done an O-line coaching clinic every year. But that was basically just high schoolers. Since I've been retired, I have been working with some high school and some college offensive line guys. So, I love the O-line. I love the trenches. I love to teach. Even as a player, we always kind of helped each other be better players, especially with the young guys. So I knew that I would be involved in football some way. And just with my expertise at O-line, I knew it would be a matter of time before I got back in doing something like that.
What meaningful is it that you get to do it here?
I think it's a unique opportunity for me. It's amazing. We were just talking earlier, just to have so many familiar faces here, to be able to come back to the Saints, have a similar system that I played a long time with. It's definitely unique for me. You hear Ty saying he wanted to, have that opportunity outside of his tribe. And we talked, but initially he started with his tribe. So for me to be able to come back here and be familiar with the building, the team, the coaches, and the system, I think I can help these guys a lot.
What have you seen so far in Cesar Ruiz? Good, bad, and what are maybe a couple of specific things you can work on with him?
I would say that Cesar's a good player. He's fast. He can reach guys. I think one of the things that coach is going to emphasize with him going into the season is using his hands more. I was a big hands guy. I used my hands, didn't allow guys get into me. But just be more aggressive with his hands. And I think he's going to have a good year this year, just like the rest of the guys as well.
When you were players, did you and Strafe ever talk about coaching in the future? Because, you got back to it later, and so did he. So, is that ever a thought?
No, it wasn't. As a player, you're really just thinking about being the best player you could be. Now, you do, as players, we do coach each other up during the season, whether you're watching film, you're coaching yourself. But it wasn't something like, okay, when I'm done, I'm going to get into coaching. You're just thinking in the moment, trying to be the best player you can be.
Were any of your other teammates that you played with, national coaches that you remember?
I would think Nesbitt was that guy. Stench, obviously very smart. Taught me a lot very early on in my career playing next to him, just how to break down concepts, what to look for, where your eyes were. Fane was very smart. We've always had smart guys here at the Saints. And the coaching staff always try to give you as much information as you can digest.
So many people speak highly of Doug Marone. What are the things that make him like a really good coach?
I would say, being a player in the league. And then, I was talking to him earlier. I think he started coaching in the 90s, early 90s. But, the biggest thing with him is to have confidence. Be a confident player. Be confident in your ability. Have a game plan. Be sure in your game plan. And just the technician that he was, always focusing on your technique. Knowing that to have longevity in this league, you need to have good technique. Being a student of the game, studying your opponent, also studying yourself. So all those things, I think, make him a good coach, and then how he's progressed in the coaching world with the experience that he has as well.
Does his thoroughness allow a player to maybe feel more confident in themselves, just knowing that he's there teaching them and doing all this stuff?
I think so. For me in 06, knowing that he was an ex-player in the league and knowing that he played in some systems in the technique-wise, but also how to break down film. What are you looking at? What are some keys from the defensive lineman that you're seeing that can help you in your thought process pre-snap? So he definitely has a lot of information. He's definitely been around. He's been at the highest level as a head coach as well. So, I think the guys up front are going to benefit from that.
Jahri, is there any, I guess, pointers you could give the interior when they're having to block someone like Aaron Donald?
Yeah.
So what do you think? Just hit him and hold on?
See, Aaron he's one of those unique pass rushers, right? He doesn't really want a lot of contact. He's quick with his hands and he can flip his hips. I played Aaron in his rookie year. In my first set against Aaron, I held my hands. Now, but I was an older player. I would never tell a younger player to hold his hands, right? But, I held my hands and he never crossed the line of scrimmage because he was afraid of my hands. So, you play that game. When you think about you get 40, 50 pass pros in a game, you want to have different sets to kind of keep those guys off balance so they don't get a beat or any timing. And but Aaron is the best at it. He's the top dog in this league. So, when he beats you, you're being beat by the best, but you don't want to get beat all the time. So as long as I have more wins than I have losses, I know I'm doing my job.
Explain held your hand.
Well, just like I didn't shoot my hands, I held them because at that point in my career, everybody on the defensive line knew that if I got my hands on you, the play was over. So I held my hands, I took my set, but he never crossed the line of scrimmage. He just kept feathering because he was afraid of the hands. So then that second pass pro, he didn't know if I was going to throw my hands, hold my hands, but he knew that he had to come across the line of scrimmage. So that's that kind of mind game you play in the trenches as the game goes on when you get more plays. You're gathering information, right? Gathering information.
Trevor thing, athletic ability, do you think it's just a matter of catching up to the NFL pace and catching up to the
I haven't seen much of him other than the last 3 days, but what coach has said is he's progressed since OTAs. I see his footwork. He has patient feet. He's patient. He doesn't get anxiety right now. I mean, there's no pads on, so it's kind of hard to kind of judge guys, but I think he's going to be a good player in this league.